The money sat on the kitchen table like evidence. Nobody touched it. Nobody even breathed properly. Chinedu kept his face still, but inside, his heart pounded violently. Because for the first time in his life, he had brought money into the house. And somehow, that scared him more than being broke. His father stared at the cash again, then slowly asked, "Who's hiding things from this family?" The room fell silent, and Chinedu realized something terrifying. One small lie had already started turning into many.
Like and subscribe to our channel. Someone needs to hear this.
The next morning, Chinedu woke up before everyone else. The room was still dark. Amara snored softly beside him. For a few seconds, he just stared at the ceiling, listening. No whispers tonight, no arguments, just silence. But somehow, that silence felt worse now. He sat up slowly and reached for his school bag. From the hidden inner pocket, he pulled out the fee reminder notice again. The red ink stared back at him. Final warning. He folded it quickly before the words could sink deeper into his chest. Then he stood up quietly and walked outside. Cold morning air brushed against his skin. The compound was empty except for one old woman sweeping nearby. SCRRRT, SCRRRT, SCRRRT. The sound of her broom echoed softly. Chinedu looked down at his hands. 16 years old, and somehow already thinking like a tired man. Later that afternoon, after school, he didn't go straight home. Instead, he followed Tund through a narrow street behind the mechanic shops. The air smelled like petrol and rust. Men shooted over the generators. Hammer sounds echoed everywhere. Calm, calm, calm. Tund stopped near a small phone repair kiosk. A thin man wearing oversized glasses looked up. "This your friend?" Tund nodded. He learns fast. The man looked Chinedu over briefly. "You fit repair small things?" Chinedu hesitated. A little. That was a lie. But desperation had started making lies easier. The man shrugged. "You can help clean screens and hold torchlight first." Chinedu nodded immediately. Too quickly, like someone afraid the opportunity would disappear. For the next 3 hours, he worked silently, passing screwdrivers, cleaning cracked screens, watching carefully, learning quickly. By evening, his neck hurt badly. But when a man handed him 2,000 naira, his chest tightened. Not happiness, something heavier, because that was the first money he had earned for survival. Real survival. As he walked home that night, he kept touching the money inside his pocket. Sweaty fingers, fast heartbeat. Part of him felt proud. Another part felt ashamed. Not because of the work, because he hadn't told his parents. The moment he entered the house, his mother looked up immediately. "Why are you late?" The question came too fast, too sharp, worry hiding underneath it. "I stayed after school." "For what?" He dropped his bag carefully. "Extra lessons." Another lie. His father finally spoke from the corner of the room. "You should come home early these days." Chinedu nodded quietly, but guilt already sat heavily in his stomach. During dinner, Amara talked nonstop again. Something about cultural day at school. Something about dancing. Nobody corrected her when she repeated herself 3 times, because everyone secretly needed the normalcy. Then suddenly she asked, "Will you people come watch me dance?" Their mother smiled immediately. Of course. But Chinedu noticed his father hesitate for half a second. Just half a second. Still, he noticed, because now he noticed everything. That night, he slipped the 2,000 naira quietly inside one of the kitchen drawers. No note, no explanation, just money. Then he returned to bed silently. The next morning, chaos erupted. Where did this come from? His mother stood in the kitchen, holding the money tightly. Confused, suspicious. His father looked equally shocked. "Did you keep it there?" "No." Amara blinked sleepily. "Maybe angels brought it." Nobody laughed. Chinedu kept his face neutral, heart pounding violently. His father frowned deeply. "Who entered this house yesterday?" Their mother shook her head slowly. "Nobody." The tension inside the room thickened immediately. Chinedu suddenly hated this plan, hated the secrecy, hated the lies. But what else could he do? That afternoon, the principal stopped him outside class. "Your fees." Chinedu swallowed slowly. "I know, sir. You have until Friday." students nearby pretended not to listen, but they listened. They always listened. Humiliation burned quietly under his skin. That evening, he worked again at the repair shop. Longer this time. By the third phone repair, tiny cuts covered his fingers. His back hurt badly. Still, he stayed, because every time he thought about quitting, he remembered his father's voice at night. "I'm trying." Around 8 p.m., rain began pouring heavily. Customers disappeared. The repairman finally looked up from his chair. "You never tell your parents, say you day work here, ABI?" Chinedu froze briefly. The man chuckled dryly. "I don't repair children like you before." Chinedu looked away. "It's temporary." The man nodded slowly. "That's how adulthood starts." Something about that sentence unsettled him deeply. On his way home, muddy water soaked his trousers. Streetlights flickered weakly overhead. By the time he entered the compound, he already sensed something wrong. The front door was open. Inside, silence filled the room. Dangerous silence. His mother sat on the couch holding a paper. His father stood near the wall, jaw tight. Then Chinedu recognized the paper immediately. School fee notice. His stomach dropped. His mother looked up slowly. They sent this home through Amara's friend's brother. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed properly. His father finally spoke. "Why were you hiding this?" Chinedu opened his mouth. Nothing came out. His mother's eyes filled slowly. "Why would you carry this alone?" That sentence hurt more than anger would have, because she sounded wounded, not furious. Wounded. His father stepped closer. "You think keeping quiet helps?" Still no answer, because honestly, he didn't know anymore. He only knew he couldn't stand hearing those midnight conversations again. Couldn't stand feeling useless while his parents drowned quietly. Then his father noticed the cuts on his fingers. Small, fresh. His expression changed immediately. Where did those come from? Chinedu instinctively hid his hands. Too late. The room became still. Very still. His father's voice lowered dangerously. "Chinedu." No response. "Where have you been going after school?" His chest tightened painfully. And suddenly, after weeks of silence, weeks of pretending, weeks of swallowing fear, he felt himself beginning to crack. "Where have you been going after school?" His father's voice stayed calm. Too calm. That kind of calm frightened Chinedu more than shouting would have. Rainwater dripped outside steadily. Tick, tick, tick. His mother stood slowly from the couch. Her eyes moved from his injured fingers to his soaked trousers, then back to his face. And suddenly, she already knew. Not everything, but enough. "Chinedu." Her voice broke slightly. "You've been working?" Silence. His father stared at him, waiting. The room felt too small now. Too hot. Too heavy. Chinedu swallowed hard. Then finally, a tiny nod. His mother covered her mouth immediately. "No." The word escaped her like pain. His father stepped closer. "Doing what?" "Phone repairs." The answer came quietly. Ashamed. Almost embarrassed. His father blinked slowly, like his brain was struggling to process what he had just heard. For how long? Another silence. Then, 3 weeks. His mother sat back down immediately. Weak knees. What eyes? Amara looked between everybody in confusion. What's happening? Nobody answered her. Their father turned away sharply and rubbed both hands over his face. Chinedu had never seen him look so lost before. Not even once. Finally, his father spoke again. "You walk there after school?" "Yes." "And back home?" Another nod. Rain continued tapping outside. Steady. Cold. Their mother looked at his hands again. The cuts. The dry skin. The tiny burns near his thumb. Evidence. Proof. Things she somehow failed to notice. Tears rolled down her face quietly. "When you even eat?" That question broke something inside him instantly, because he realized she had noticed. Maybe not everything, but enough. The skipped meals. The silence. The tired eyes. The fake smiles. He looked down immediately. "I am okay." His father suddenly slammed his hand against the table. Not violently, but hard enough to make everyone jump. "No." The word cracked through the room. "You're not okay." Complete silence followed. Amara moved closer to their mother nervously. Chinedu's chest tightened painfully. His father pointed toward him with shaking fingers. You were 16. Another breath. Another painful silence. You were supposed to be worrying about exams. His voice cracked unexpectedly on the last word. That frightened Chinedu more than anger, because fathers were not supposed to sound like that. His mother finally whispered, "Why didn't you tell us?" And suddenly, everything he had been holding inside started rising to the surface. Weeks of fear, weeks of pressure, weeks of pretending. His breathing became uneven. "I heard you." Nobody moved. Nobody interrupted. "I heard everything." His voice shook now. The rent. He looked at his father. The calls. Then at his mother. The crying. Her face crumpled immediately. "I heard all of it." Silence swallowed the room whole. Chinedu wiped his face angrily, embarrassed by his own tears. His voice disappeared briefly. He tried again. "I just didn't want you people to suffer alone." That sentence destroyed whatever emotional control remained inside the room. His mother broke down completely. Not graceful crying, not movie crying, real crying. The kind people do when exhaustion finally catches them. His father looked away instantly, jaw trembling, eyes red. Amara looked terrified now. "Mummy." Chinedu immediately hated himself. Hated that he caused this moment. Hated that Amara was seeing everybody like this. His father sat down heavily and stared at the floor. For a long time, nobody spoke, only quiet crying, rain outside, and the fan turning slowly overhead. Finally, his father spoke without looking up. "When I was your age." His voice sounded distant now. "My biggest problem was football." A weak laugh escaped him, broken immediately by emotion. "But look at you." He finally looked up, straight at Chinedu. "You're carrying responsibilities that should never touch your shoulders yet." Chinedu lowered his eyes, because honestly, he was tired. Tired in a way sleep couldn't fix. His mother reached for him slowly. "Come here." For 1 second, he almost didn't move, almost stayed frozen in pride. Then finally, he walked toward her. The moment she hugged him, everything collapsed. All the strength, all the pretending, all the "I'm fine," gone. His body shook violently as tears finally escaped. Not quiet tears, painful ones, the kind dragged out of somebody for weeks. His mother held him tightly, crying too, repeating the same words over and over. "You're still my child." Again. "You're still my child." Again. "You're still my child." And somehow, those words hurt the most, because somewhere along the line, Chinedu had forgotten. That night felt different afterward. Not happier, just honest. For the first time in weeks, nobody pretended. They sat together in silence sometimes, talked softly other times. Real conversations, real fear, real truth. His father admitted work had become unstable months ago. His mother admitted she had been skipping meals sometimes. And for the first time, Chinedu admitted how scared he truly was. "I thought we were falling apart." Nobody laughed at him. Nobody dismissed the fear, because secretly, they had all felt it too. Much later that night, Amara finally fell asleep on the couch. Their mother carried her gently to bed. The house became quiet again, but this silence felt different. Lighter somehow. Chinedu sat alone near the window, watching water drip from the roof outside. Then footsteps approached behind him. His father. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then his father sat beside him slowly. "You know something funny?" Chinedu glanced at him quietly. "When I was young," his father smiled faintly, "I also used to pretend to sleep." Chinedu blinked. His father nodded slowly. "So my own father wouldn't know I heard his struggles." That surprised him deeply. His father looked ahead into the darkness. "I hated feeling helpless." Another silence. Then he placed one hand gently on Chinedu's shoulder. "But suffering quietly together," he whispered, "is still suffering." Chinedu felt his throat tighten again. His father squeezed his shoulder softly. "You don't have to become a man overnight." The ceiling fan turned slowly above them. Then finally, his father stood up, walked halfway toward the room, stopped, and without turning back, he said softly, "You don't have to pretend to sleep anymore." Then he disappeared down the hallway. Chinedu sat there alone for a long time afterward, eyes wet, chest heavy, but lighter than before. Outside, morning was beginning quietly, and for the first time in weeks, He wasn't afraid of the night anymore.
Like and subscribe to our channel. Someone needs to hear this.